It started with selling the car to a nice gentleman called Andy, who you see in the picture now.
See him.
And half an hour later he returned the car to me because it started overheating. I thought I solved the problem with a new thermostat last year. Now I've sent it to diagnostics and the mechanic said to me, "You need a new head gasket made."
And then I've heard I might need a new head as well because it might be cracked.
Interestingly enough, Andy was so much in love with this car that he said that once I'm gonna deal with the overheating issue, he's gonna buy it again. So that was a plus because I couldn't be bothered with fixing the car and looking for another buyer.
So the plan is I'm gonna start working my way around the head, starting from the beginning, from the front, by removing the intake manifold, common rail, maybe injectors, who knows. But first, all the intake, alternator, starting from the battery. To make myself more room, the fastest and easiest to remove now is the radiator fan. It's only disconnector and its own clips, basically, so not really a big deal. Then I'll start removing maybe all electricals. We'll see. I'll play it by the ear.
I owe you an explanation because it's not the first time we came across overheating issues. It started last year on one of the trips to Scotland. You will never see the footage from it because at the time I wasn't really interested in traveling. So on our way back it started overheating really bad and I thought this was a thermostat that got stuck in a closed position because all in all it was all running fine. But we made it home. I replaced the thermostat and never actually traveled around motorway. So all of the symptoms just went. I was driving around the town, short distances, so no way of actually suspecting that this might be the head gasket issue because the engine stopped overheating. So I thought this solved the problem. That's why I was selling it, thinking that the car is safe and sound. Otherwise I wouldn't be even selling it. I would try fix it first and then post it. So here we are.
The head might be worked on, but they didn't even bother putting these bolts behind some kind of brackets or something. One of them is these two holding that sensor. Yeah. I move on to removing the intake manifold, I'm going to remove that bracket that's connecting the manifold with the alternator bracket. Besides, we need to remove the alternator bracket anyway, I think, because it looks like it's connecting the head with the block, and obviously to remove the head we need to remove that. On to the next one. We keep them there so they don't get lost, and I'm gonna keep this bracket on this bracket because why not? Yeah, so it's going to be like 213 mil, and that's off. Not sure exactly what these are. I'm guessing they are some kind of there might be glow plugs. Yeah, so anyway, these pins are quite easy to remove. Just pull them out and that's it. Yeah, you need 2 fingers or 2 palms from fingers from 2 palms. You get the idea. And the intake manifold is pretty much exposed. All you need to do is to unscrew these 13 mil nuts. The problem might seem to be the throttle body and the vacuum something, probably EGR. This is EGR cooler that I removed before. You saw that. It's not a big deal actually, because I was removing them to clean the manifold last time, but this time I don't have to. You know, they are not blocking my access that much. So yeah, crack on.
And as you will see, you need to reach pretty deep under the manifold in order to get to these nuts. And later you will realize how difficult the thermostat job was, actually, because it was occupying the longest bolts of the manifold as well.
And this is how it looks like after removing the manifold. I've had one of the most bad Chrysler moments of them all. This bracket was preventing me from taking the manifold off, so I had to remove 2 screws. I was cleaning these ports. What I'm interested in the most, if these injectors are going to be easily removable. I've seen some legendary videos about how people were struggling with removing them. I can only hope. Okay, small break and I'll be back. So far I've removed that turbo pipe that goes from here at the back, and this side should be all done for now. Now the timing chain side or belt, I don't know, I'm about to find out. I need to get rid of this pipe and take these off, and I don't know, I'm gonna try and remove the injectors, and if that doesn't help, I'll call it a day. Okay, quick update. It's impossible for me to access this pipe from the bottom, from behind the engine. without lifting the car, so I can't be bothered right now. What we got here is this pipe here that goes there to the brake, so it's a vacuum for brake booster. Okay, and it goes, yeah, I just need to remove that. Right, this short cable here goes to that sensor, camshaft position sensor. Yeah, all done. If I only could pull this one out, but there's that cable going deep. So these ones, yeah, in general I could only do so much. I cannot move this pipe out, it goes into the turbos cold side. Yeah, it's an intake, so it's on some kind of like can't even tell what it is, some kind of like clips, like you shove it and it clicks in, or maybe not, I don't know. So anyway, it goes into turbo. I cannot move it out, I would have to go from the bottom, but it's late. So I'm taking these fuel return lines out, they are not so hard. And before I move on to stripping the timing chain belt, whatever timing mechanism, I'm gonna move on to the injectors. Now that all the fuel lines go, time to remove the injector clamps, and we will see if we can move the injectors themselves. Incredible, I managed to move them by hands, just wiggle it out. Yeah, incredible. Fucking hell.
I'll use this opportunity to mute these inaudible screams in the background and explain a bit of a history of this car. So allegedly, the previous owner have changed the head gasket because he was towing a trailer on to the seaside, and that's where the head gasket failed. So it would be around 3 years up until now with said head gasket. In the meantime, I was maintaining good relationship with Andy, giving him updates.
Hi Andy, just wanted to give you a quick rundown on what's going on with the car. So I only managed to get so far because it's cold and it's raining, so, and I'm doing everything myself. So obviously the inlet manifold is done. I wasn't lying, this is the new thermostat. And I don't think they've done timing belt when they were doing alleged head gasket, so that's about it. Injectors are not seized, I managed to get them out by fingers, so I'm suspecting they've done something with it, you know, and it's not, that's a good sign anyway. So I'm gonna leave it for today. I don't want to expose the engine, so I'm not gonna remove the rocker cover rocker cover, but that's only 5-minute job. And then my last thing will be the exhaust manifold and turbo removal, and we will be ready to off with its head. Cheers. There, it's a sun. So we got nice weather Sunday. On Saturday I was on it was raining anyway, so on Saturday I was at NEC National Exhibition Center in Birmingham at the event called Caravan Camping and Motorhome Show. This is it, yeah. So if you've watched it, I hope you liked it. If you didn't, I encourage you to do so. And we're gonna crack on with this now. So the last thing to do before we remove the head, like I said before, is to remove the exhaust manifold. My only concern is that I'm gonna have to remove the, well, basically go underneath and remove the flex pipe. If that happens, I don't know, but yeah, we will remove the heat shield, we will remove then the bolts that are under it, and see how that goes. If not, yeah, I'm ready anyway to lift it up and go underneath. Oh, and the timing belt as well. For some reason I cannot wiggle this one out, so I'm guessing this part of the engine mount needs to be taken off in order to get rid of all the casings and then undo the timing. So okay, I removed the bolts from the top and I expected to be the third one, but obviously somebody wasn't bothered putting them at the back, the one at the back, so you can clearly see the marks. But that's not the most frightening. When I started undoing these bolts, I mean nuts, that's about as much power as they were holding. They are not even like tight. I can manage with a simple, they are not even tight. I can manage with a simple spanner. And that's what worries me. Yeah, I'm gonna remove all the bolts, all the rest, and see what's going on here. Right, so that's out of the way, and now we can take on the timing. And I'm even thinking, like, should I even bother with removing the exhaust manifold completely? Once I'm done with the head, I can just move it away from the exhaust manifold and I still got room. Yeah, so what I'm talking about is, yeah, it's not attached to the head anymore. So when I'm gonna undo the head, I'm just gonna lift it slightly and just pull it away. Yeah, as for the timing, I decided I'm gonna remove this bracket and support the engine from beneath. Does this look like a 3-year-old timing belt for you? I'm guessing my next step will be the power steering pump, because I cannot do anything next. And again, missing bolt. There should be one, two, and the third one should be down here. Okay, so power steering pump is off. There was a lot of awkward things, like I was trying to get rid of the auxiliary belt tensioner, but it turned out this whole bracket was holding one of the guiding rolls as well, so it was really awkward to get it out. But anyway, I think I can put this engine mount back on and uncover the wheel well, take this off, and get access to the rest of the timing belt cover from underneath. I can do these two bolts, but that's about it, you know. So we'll see. I think I might have to take the wheel off. Do you remember that lug nut trick? You know, I cannot pull it out now. I'm just removing the wheel, and they told me to what? Just hold it like this. It works! What? No way! Okay, so I got to a point where the timing belt is completely exposed, but also I got to a point where it's getting really dark, so I'm not going to do it just now, and I'll show you what I'm on about why it would cause so much problem. So I was trying to mark the teeth on the belt, but the problem is I cannot mark them here on the crankshaft. I can mark them on balancing shaft, but crankshaft no. Camshaft, the one on top, I've already marked it up, but I can see there are signs here, so probably I'm gonna have to like time it on each crank, on each shaft, and then put the timing belt on, just like normal people would do, without bodging it with, you know, marking the teeth on the belt. I'm two ways about replacing this belt because it doesn't look too bad, but it doesn't look new either. So yeah, that's a job for tomorrow, and once that's done we can take the head off. It's day 3 and we are not blessed with the weather today. It's raining a bit, but we will still try and push through it as much as we can, because we are like literally 2 components away from getting rid of that head. And taking it to the shop, but probably not today anymore. It's 4 o'clock. I came back around 2:30. Had to chill out for a moment, and I'm not really sure. Not today. We are going to remove the head and it will wait for tomorrow to take it to shop. I'm trying to figure out how the marks are looking on this sprocket here, but I can't see anything. Where does it need to line up, or these holes need to line up? Nothing. Alright, so the timing belt is dropped. I've just removed the tensioner, that's it. Now watch me butcher the rest of it.
Another story time. So when we bought the car, we were planning on going to Poland for a small holiday. And at the time when I took it to the garage for a health check, and the guys were surprised that the car for this age and mileage, and it was only 107,000 miles, was so good. So we were in all confidence to travel, and we did it twice. That gave me a reason to trust in this car. Turns out, at the very last moment, the head gasket failed. However, Andy is pretty big enthusiast because he had 3 previous generation Chryslers, so this one was a perfect bargain for him because I didn't ask for much. I gave really low price and the car was good for that price. Also, I thought.
But I would say, judging by the color of the head, like the oil and stuff like that, there's no yellow residue, there's no like yellowing in here. I'm guessing they were using quite a decent oil. I like it a lot. Yeah, just hope it's not cracked. Interesting mechanism here. One camshaft is powered by the belt, and then the other one is powered, the other camshaft is powered by the gears, yeah, by the sprocket from said camshaft. Yeah, I've seen it before. As for the rocker cover, I'm definitely gonna go with new seals because they are all, you can feel like plastic. They are all stiff, not doing its job anymore. Especially here, because probably that's why the injectors were not seized up, because this was like constantly feeding oil in there. Right, it keeps raining, you can see the drops. Yeah, this goes to cleaning anyway. I am, upon further inspection, baffled. You already know what's that. That's the top head, and it's broken off. And the rest of it is resting still in head under the lobe of that camshaft. And you can see by the wear and tear how shiny it is and how dull this one is. That means this valve hasn't been working for a very, very long time. So it was working on 15 valves instead of 16 valves. I'm really yeah, I'm just gonna take it off anyway. But this is
Yeah, I was lost for words at the time. It's not the first time I've seen broken valve lifter, and it was all due to the failure of the timing mechanism. However, first time I'm seeing this where the valve lifter is basically broken off and it was left like that. Probably they could have seen it. Maybe they put the timing wrong at the first time and then they corrected it and left it like that. We will never know, and I don't want to ask. What you're seeing here, I couldn't remove the head bolt from the head itself, which gives me another reason to think that they really butchered the head gasket replacement, because it was squashed so hard that the head bolt guide got flattened under the head, and it created such a tight space that even the impact drive couldn't get it out. I had to carefully torque it out with a wrench because I wasn't sure if I'm doing any harm to the head or not. That was still giving me the idea that the head might be cracked, and in that very place. For that very reason, until we assessed the condition of the head, I didn't order any parts because I didn't think that it makes any sense to order head gasket, seals and other parts necessary, because if the head is cracked, I'm gonna have to even think about scrapping the car. At this point, there was no valid reason to keep it if the head was cracked.
So I'm back at home with the head.
The head was extremely overheated,
Leaking here and here as well.
so now we can go full steam ahead with installation.